the calendar year began with you out here in Southern California in the Rose Bowl. Jalen, did you have any sense that that could have been Nick Saban's last game when you took the field in Pasadena that day, Jalen?
Not at all. It was definitely a surprise for all of us. And as we reflect, it was just a shocker for everyone. And yeah, it was definitely something we did not anticipate or see coming. Yeah, so it was definitely a shocker for all of us.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. And the what did he do for you? Do you think, Jalen?
Number one, he gave me opportunity. A high school recruit coming from Texas, having the opportunity to play quarterback here at the University of Alabama, I'll always be appreciative of that. And him seeing something in me, right? With all the guys that's in the country, he saw something in me to be the only quarterback selected in the 2021 recruiting class and recruited me to Alabama. And I was a guy that was committed to other school. So he saw something unique in me to get me to come to Alabama. And I was always be appreciative of that. That's number one. Number two is the example that he set each and every day with what right looks like and the standard of excellence that we all want to accomplish, no matter if it's football, no matter if it's our life, it's just the standard of excellence in how disciplined he is with each and everything that we put our mind to. That's number two. And number three is the commitment level to whatever your goals are. I think that's so important. As you go through a path of life, it's gonna be hardship. There's gonna be things that are gonna get you weary in the process, but it's always the commitment to understand why you do something. What is your why? What is your purpose? What drives you? And it's something that's refocuses and is an emphasis, as being the quarterback here at Alabama. And so those are the three things. I can say a bunch of things, but I was to narrow it down to those things. That's what I always will be appreciative of and always understand that I'll always be appreciative of Coach Saban.
And I'm going to ask you a question I've asked many of your predecessors, Jalen. Mac Jones, I've asked this of Tua. I've asked this of Jalen Hurts. A bunch of Alabama players who weren't even playing quarterback. So this is not just reserved for you. But what is the most pissed off you ever made Nick Saban? Jalen.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The most pissed off I ever made Coach Saban. So early on, and when I was like, I think I was a freshman or sophomore. I think I was a freshman.
Okay.
So I was backing up, and we were finishing up a rack. So my first three racks, I'm talking about, were good. I threw a corner route, which was a good ball. The second play I scrambled, got a positive down. The third play was a good play. So I'm feeling good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling good. And my last rack of the team period, I dropped back. Our defense does a lot of disguises. Playing Coach Saban's defense is very hard.
Yep.
And you have to understand the tail, understand where the defense is tilted, all that good stuff. And so I dropped back. I threw the ball. It was picked. And as a competitor, I'm like, dang, like, man, this is tough. Like, worrying about me. Like, man, everybody hates throwing picks. No one like throwing picks. And so I threw a pick, and I didn't chase the ball. And while I threw the ball, I was on the right hash. I threw the ball to the left side of the field. So the ball was always to the left, and it was picked off. And I was always on the right hash. I didn't chase the ball down. And where he was standing at, he was standing on the left side of the field. He went from the left side of the field, right side of the field, yelled at me all the way where he was at, came down, ran with me to where the ball ended up going to, screamed at me all the way there, screamed at me some more, walked off, came back, screamed at me, and said that if you don't chase the ball down, you'll never play here.
Ooh, wow.
Message received, I imagine? Yeah?
100%. 100%. Next time we'll go, chase that ball down.
Wow.
Chase that ball down. Well, you should be happy to know that every single one of your predecessors had a similar story about that, and but all had a similar reaction to you, which is like, okay, message received, hard coaching, it's all good, and but none of them have what you can say that you were the last quarterback Nick Saban ever had at Alabama, which has got to be pretty cool for you. Obviously, there's lots more of road for you to travel, but that's pretty cool, Jalen, when you think about it.
Absolutely. So when we're going through that transition period, it was definitely tough. Of course, losing the Rose Bowl, the transition, Coach Saban retiring, and the person that actually mentioned that to me was my parents, and they were like, "Have you ever thought about, man, like it's gonna go down as history that you was, Coach Saban's last quarterback?" I didn't even think about that. I was like, man, that's awesome. And then also just, I'm his last quarterback to win the SEC championship. So it's so much positive, that we can turn from a negative that occurred in the offseason.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.